Hi there everyone, this is Matt the Tomato right here. Thanks for tuning in. Welcome to episode 2 of Transport Fever. So, we have set up a basic train network here. We've got some buses running between Bingham and Cramlington at the south here, and we've got a train network between Bingham, Fareham and Cheshunt. We actually have our first passengers on the train network as well as the train pulls in here to Fareham. We have 3 wanting to go down south, which is ironic, and 1 who wants to go to Cheshunt. So actually a lot of people from Fareham currently want to go down to Bingham, probably because they maybe want to connect to Cramlington as well. That is a possibility. But yes, we actually have some movement here, which is good. We also have a number of people at Cheshunt that want to move around as well. Now, Cheshunt is big enough that I think we could justify a bus service that runs around the city. It's a big enough town here, so I think we're going to do that as well. Let's build ourselves a road depot. Now, you might notice I do build quite a lot of road depots, I know I do, but I like to have localized road depots where I can. There we go, excellent, because it means if I need to mess around with the network or whatnot, then it's a lot easier to. It's just a lot easier, basically. So, okay, right. I built 2 bus stops there, and there's a reason for that. I will demonstrate shortly as to why I've done that. Let's go ahead and build. Is that the right side of the road? Yes, it is. Yeah, always got to check. Right, we'll go down to here, and then we'll go over this way as well. So there's only a few bus stops, but that's okay. We don't need that many. So let's go over to the line manager here. Let's use green. That'll be fine. And we'll just call it Cheshunt. Actually, let's go Cheshunt Central will probably be okay. That allows me to identify that this is a central one here. Now, I need to select both of these stops. There and there, and then we're going to go here. This is actually a really poor green. I don't like it. Give us something a little bit better than that. Yeah, I can't see the line though. That's the issue. Let's go with sky blue then instead. That's much better. We can see the line. We can see everything. Jolly good. Okay, and the reason I've done 2 here is basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to have 1 stop for offloading and 1 stop for loading, basically. So anybody who's coming in, who's going to the station, can offload here, then the bus will simply just turn around here and then pick up people on the other side. So for stop number 4, we need to hit this one here, which is unload only, basically, is what we're going to do. So, I'm then just going to run, I think for now, we could probably get away with 1 bus if I went with this one. So let's go with the bigger bus. Let's make it into sky blue. Let's just build this one, and let's just go with 1 bus that just runs around in a circle, basically. And that's probably going to be okay. We'll revisit if it does get a bit busy. Then we will revisit, and chances are it will do because of the nature of the fact that there's a lot of tall buildings here and things like that. Yeah, there's a lot of residential buildings, and it's going to become a big hub eventually, so we're going to need a lot more buses here. But, you know, that's okay so far. Right, so this train currently has 13 people on board, so that's good. How many people have we got waiting at Bingham down here? We've got 4. Okay, so slowly but surely, over time, that is actually going to develop. We're going to develop up. We're going to start making more money on this route, so that's going to be quite good. How are we doing with the buses down here? So there's actually a lot less people waiting here now, which is good. We've got that extra bus in place, and I think that was all that was needed, really. There's no big pile up of people over here at the moment. So yeah, that's okay. We've got a sufficient number of buses running. If we hit some of these, yeah, that one's full. That one's also full. So yeah, most of these are in fact relatively busy. There's a lot of people on all of these. None of these are running even below 50% capacity at the moment. So they're all making money. They're all definitely worthwhile. If they've got people on board, then they're going to be making money. As we have seen over here with this setup, all of those buses on that route are making money, which is excellent. That's exactly what we want. Over time, this 3 towns south is going to start making money as well. It's currently losing a fair amount, but that will defo change as the trains start moving. So there we made 220k off of that little lot of people that came in over this way. And yeah, no, we've only got 6 people on this time, but as we start moving along here, we're going to start seeing more passengers. In particular, we've already got 20 people waiting over here by the time the train comes back. So the notion is that eventually, when we get so many people, we can either add more carriages, which we could feasibly do, we've got long platforms here, or we can make faster trains. So although there'll be lots of people moving along this route, there will actually be a faster train with, you know, slightly less capacity, of course. But then, if it's a faster train, then we can easily meet that demand, basically. One thing I didn't do is I didn't actually make this station into a 240-meter station, and in fact, I can't do that now unless I destroy this piece of road, maybe. There's plenty of space here now. No, I cannot do it. Okay, so unfortunately, that's not a long enough platform, which is a bit bad, really. I should have probably thought about that. I should definitely have made that into a longer platform. It's just to do with the terrain over here, obviously. Yeah, it's a pain there. It might be actually that if I pause and bulldoze that, it might let me do it. Yeah, it does. Okay, you have to actually bulldoze the track in order to do it. Okay, yeah, so we'll make a really long platform there. And obviously that's, you know, initially it doesn't look very ideal, but over time that's going to be definitely what we want to be doing, because we're going to have longer trains, most likely. So yeah, if we have longer trains or trains with bigger capacity, then yeah, it's definitely worth building the longer station early on, because the town will develop around it. And sorry, if you've then, you know, realise you've got a platform that's too short, then you're going to need to demolish a whole load of buildings and whatnot. It's a bit of a pain in the ass, to be honest, to try and manipulate that. So, okay, again, these buses, yeah, these are fabulous. At the moment, I do not need to monitor these buses at all. I think they're brilliant. So, it's the trains and then the bus in and around Fareham that we're going to need to monitor a little bit more closely at the moment. But looking at this, 27 people there, that this is going to be a profitable route, I'm pretty sure. It's going to take a while, but it will become a profitable route. Do I need to run a bus service around Fareham? Possibly. In particular, obviously, where the industries are all over this side, this train station might not necessarily cover some of this area. So it may actually be worthwhile to run a bus around here. Certainly even just down here, running it across here and then up there is probably relatively sufficient. It doesn't... Yeah, we probably don't need to run a bus around here. Not at the moment. Maybe in the future when this develops a bit more and becomes a bit bigger, I think we will definitely look to run a bus. So I might entice that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to entice these roads here to develop. So I want development along here. I want this to fill in over time. And when it does, we can then run a bus around there that then joins up with the station in a similar way to what we've just done over in Cheshire, basically. So, but the Cheshire will give us a good idea, because if this bus service doesn't make money, then we'll have a good idea that the one in Fareham probably won't either. But there are already there's a few people waiting in and around here. There's 3 people there. There are currently 5 people on the bus, so I don't know. Maybe it might be a profitable way to go. Certainly here, because this is obviously a big place. So. We'll see, because in particular people over here are going to then go around, they're probably going to go to the station, because, oh, actually no, people will go here and they'll hop on the bus and they'll come around here to go to work, I suppose, and then some local traffic might also use this. So there's definitely potential here with this bus service to be very profitable indeed. Yeah, it's picked up a number more people there. I think all of this lot are all going to the station. I would hazard a guess at that they are all heading to the station here. So there's going to be another 11 people that are going to show up in this area. So the idea being that the bus then brings people to the station as well. So people are using our public transport in more ways than one. So let's just have a quick look here. Yeah, so it threw everybody off except one person. So 10 people have just got off, and those 10 people are probably going to head in here. Yeah, there they go. Here's all the people. They're coming into the station and they're going to go and join the platform here. And so all of a sudden there's going to be loads more people piling into this area here, and we're going to have a significant increase in numbers very, very shortly. So once they all buy their tickets and whatnot, then they're all going to get onto the platform. So yeah, that's good. That's exactly how I wanted it to work. There we go. There's people coming through. Yeah, there we go. That number's going up really fast now because they've all bought tickets. Takes a while, you know. It accounts for the changeover and times and things like that, which is brilliant. And all of a sudden we've got a big mass of people waiting there. Is the train due at all? Or is it... Where is it? Down at Bingham at the moment? Yeah, it's just come down to Bingham. So by the time this train gets back up there, it's going to be very busy up at Chesham, which is good. And in particular down at Bingham, we've already got 40-odd people waiting here. So now that train is now almost half full already. We've only had it for a year. So it's not going to take long, I don't think. So it's still losing a bit of money here, but eventually it's not going to lose money. And it's actually going to be probably our most profitable means of transportation here. Fairly sure, especially with 40 people already on board there. So, jolly good. So now I think what we want to do is we probably want to look at creating some additional connections that are going to support this. So I think I want to go down here. I want to do this route down to Buxton. It's definitely something I want to get. Oh, there's actually a couple of forests and things over here. Now, we did notice that we had a lumber mill around this way. So there's potential there to dive into the industry side, but at the moment I'm quite happy just running the passenger side of it. Also, there's a farm here, and there's a food processor right here as well. So that would be potentially ideal to maybe go with some trucks along here to then generate some food. And we can drop that directly off into the town because there's no further processing or anything. So that might be a good idea to run some trucks into Bourne here. And just run backwards and forwards there. That's probably going to be relatively profitable. So I think we're going to start doing that. Now, the one thing I do want to make sure I'm doing is I want to make sure that the bridge is in place for the trains. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to build the train station. We only need one here. I'll still go with the longer track, so the 240 meters, but so let's do that. And we could make it into a fast route for sure. It doesn't have to be... Yeah, so let's make that relatively straight there. That's again, the potential is there that we can upgrade that into a... high speed. There we go. So let's just build that there. That's going to be fine. And let's just run some trucks here. So firstly, we need to check which... I think it's commercial that actually requires food. Let's have a look here, which is slap bang in the middle. And it is indeed the commercial. So I think this spot here is crying out for a truck depot. We could probably go with the 2 terminals to start with. If it gets really busy, we could probably go with 3. But yeah, look, that covers just about that whole commercial area. It's really annoying we have to destroy that. But if I move it further in there, it actually covers a bigger area. So yeah, let's go ahead and slap that in there. And then we also need to build our truck stops over this way. So let's build this here. The highlighted area indicates that that is covered. And then we need a truck over here. Now this is not a big farm, so it may not generate as much income as what it could potentially do if it was a big farm. But nevertheless, probably 1 truck might be enough to run between these 2 areas. We'll build ourselves a road depot over here as well. Now the best bit about the road depot is it also does buses, so we don't have to... Right, do I want to build it slightly off here? Maybe... Actually, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to build it here. And I'm going to delete that road. It's just a pain. It's two intersections that are far too close together. Okay, right, so let's create a new line. Let's go with like a silly light green, but it's something that we can see. And let's go Bourne Foods Limited. That'll do. So it's like a company route, so to speak. And then we will basically go... It doesn't really matter what order you select these in. But first stop is the food, the farm, then the processing plant, and then the exchange in Bourne. Pretty much is what we want to be doing. And then if we buy road vehicles, we could go with a simple rigid truck to start with, but I think I'm just going to go with an Arctic. Let's just go with an articulated lorry. That's going to be fine. We'll make it the same colour. That's a really funny colour cab, but let's just do that. We'll just buy the one for now. Again, we can monitor this. So if it becomes a thing where there's lots of cargo kicking around, we can of course put more trucks onto that road. In particular, it's only a 37-mile-an-hour road, so we could upgrade it to be faster. But yeah, let's just get an Arctic truck on there, and let's see whether that churns any profit or not. Quite simple, just delivering some food. That's all it is, really. But if it turns out that it makes money, then obviously it's got to be worthwhile. Right, let's do this and make our connections here. So if we're going down to Buxton, I'm hoping the residential is on the northern side. It is. That's brilliant. Okay, that's worked out to a T then. So basically all I want to do here then is, because the residential is here, I'm just going to build a terminal station right at the end over this way. I'm just going to build it there, because that's right in the zone of the residential area, so it's just at the north of the town. If necessary, if it gets bigger, we can most definitely run a bus. There'll be no harm in doing that whatsoever. So yeah, let's just connect those up. That's not too expensive, so it tells me that it's relatively flat. Is that connected? Yeah, that is connected. Okay. So those two stations are connected. Now we've got to figure out a way to get over here to Cheshire. Well, go across there, and I suppose we could just build a bridge. But I'm feeling like that terrain is not all that flat. It's okay. We could build a very expensive piece that does this. It'd be very fast as well. So it's a very big investment into a route to do that. But let's do it. We just dug a massive hole in the middle of the hill, basically, like that. But that is going to be very fast in the future, because that's straight. We're going to be able to run a very fast, high-speed train along there at some point, if the route then, if the route demands for it. So let's curve it back this way a little bit here, because I want to make sure that I'm not going to create too much of a sharp turn here at the end, as to slow it down. There's a lot of people waiting there. Yeah, 35. Okay, that's not too bad. I was thinking maybe a little bit more, but that's okay. Right, we'll bulldoze all three of those to start with, because I'm just going to run a nice straight piece of track there like that. That's good. Lovely. Okay. And then, of course, we need to rebuild this. There we go. That's probably good enough there. Yeah, I'm happy with that. And then connect that up there like that. Simple. Okay, fabulous. Right. Now this route is quite long, so I was thinking maybe we could build a smaller train, but it's still a relatively long route. Comparison. Yeah, these two are relatively close together, so we could have theoretically made a bus between those two, but at this particular point, yeah, there's no real need to. We could make a bus between Bourne and Cramlington. We could do that, but at the same time, yeah, I don't know. First cargo item transported. Okay, so we are actually moving some stuff here then. And in actual fact, there's a lot of stuff there. There's a lot of stuff here. So we need to get another Arctic on this route. So let's wait until this one leaves and then disappears up that way, and then we will definitely get another Arctic on this track here. We also need to build a train depot, sorry. So I might as well use this space. Let's put it there. Again, trying to orientate trains in only one direction is normally not the way you would want to do it. But in this case, I'm making a nice fast link so it can just join straight in here. And there's only ever going to be one train that's probably going to be using this. So if need be, I can mess around with it and move it or put it somewhere else. But at the moment, there's absolutely no point in me putting that anywhere else. So I'm just going to leave that there. As I said, I'm going to wait for this trunk to get somewhere over there, and then I'm going to go ahead and put another one on. So we might as well just go ahead and buy one. So let's go with the green again. Nice. Okay, and I suppose let's get that going onto that route, because that is obviously half decent. It's making a lot more produce there than I thought it would be. So actually, I think I'm going to go and get a third truck as well, because that looks profitable. They can take 20 tons, these Arctics. So by the time they get there, there's going to be at least 50 odd tons available here. There's going to be more than 50 ton, yeah. So probably 3. It might even need 4. We could probably get away with 4. So let's release that one. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with 4. So because it's cheap anyway to invest in, but also if we can keep it moving around, then we can increase the production here, and we can increase the industry level of the food processing plant as well, which might be quite a cool thing to do. So yeah, let's go with 4. We could probably go with a few more, but I don't need to. I don't think. In the future, we probably will though. So let's put that on there as well. Excellent, yeah, because this one's over here now. It's picking up stuff, so that's going to come back. Okay, no, that's fine. Yeah, 4 trucks, and we'll see how much money we can make there. Let's also go ahead and purchase a train for this route, and I think I'm going to go with the exact same train that we went with before. So I'm going to buy this locomotive here, and then I'm going to pick up 4 of these. And hopefully that's going to start making money. So, one thing I did forget to do, though, is line manager. I forgot to go ahead and actually create the route. So, let's do... Whoops, no, that's the wrong colour. We want this one. This is going to be the 3 towns... 3 towns west, I suppose. Sort of west, isn't it? Yeah, that's alright. Okay, so that can be the first stop. Can be the second one. Up in there to Cheshunt, and then back to Bourne. The other thing is, people will then go to Cheshunt, and they will then change over to the 3 towns south. So there's going to be a generation of connecting traffic. There's a lot of people here. There's 64 people waiting here. Where is the train? So it's all the way down here, yeah. So it might, yeah, it's just about at capacity now already, which is brilliant. So it's now going to be running a lot of money, I'm assuming. Yeah, 3 towns south is now making 2 million a year, or overall, it's made 2 million in profit compared to what it's compared to its expenditure. An industry has upgraded, so that means the food plant has obviously seen fit to upgrade its production, and it has, which is excellent stuff. Has it? Yeah, it's upgraded its production. It's a bigger place. Good. Okay, yeah, so it's actually making very good money right now, which is very good. Okay. Still 200 there. Is there another Arctic? No, this other Arctic's coming back here. Okay, so that's fine. Not sure whether there's a justification to run a bus here, but then Bourne is starting to get a bit big. Yeah, there's also a big heap of residential over here that's not being met. So yeah, I think we're going to run another bus service here. So we've already got a road depot here, so we can use that one to run these buses. So that's relatively simple. So we used this colour last time, didn't we? Yeah. So let's go with Bourne Central. That'll do. That will do nicely, and let's get ourselves some bus stops. So again, I'm going to do... Actually, I was thinking about doing exactly the same thing here for offload and onload and whatnot, and I think I can do that. It's just... We'll put one there and one there, basically, so we'll design it slightly differently. Otherwise, let's put a stop there. Then we'll go this way. Over there, there, and then into there. Doesn't have to be anything too complex. Good. Right. So next, Didn't want to do that. There we go. Right, so we grab Bourne Central, and we want to add the stops. So we start here, go around this way, into there, up this way, drive, then we get 2 stops on there, and then over this way. And then Manchester Road is going to be the unload only. Excellent. Okay, and then we just need a bus. So again, I'm just going to go with the 1 bus, and I'm just going to go with the big one that has 25 on board. 1 bus should be sufficient for now, and we'll run that bus on that. And I think that's going to be quite a busy one, because these people over here are quite far from the station, so naturally these stops are probably going to be quite busy for people who want to go over to the station. I think. Anyway, let's have a look at the Cheshunt one. Cheshunt Central is making very good money currently. For, well, not as good as these long distance ones, but for a city only route, that's pretty good. So yeah, it's definitely the biggest place on the map. This, so there's a lot of people here. We can actually, if you click on the name here, you can see how many people are actually here. So there's 494 people here. It's got around about a 17%. Resident path using at least one of your lines. Yeah, so at the moment it's not brilliant, but we can improve that by generating more links here over at the station, and obviously this bus that's running around here to connect. And eventually we might need more buses, and obviously faster trains will be the next thing to do, because you can increase the capacity so much before you've then got a slow train. It has a big capacity, but it's a slow train. So you need to be able to make faster trains that are smaller. So we'll do some slow upgrades as we go. There's a lot of food here. This is good. In fact, it's at its production limit here, which means in 5 months' time we may see an upgrade. But yeah, currently we've got a good amount of produce here and everything. So yeah, I think 4 trucks is still sufficient here. This one here that's coming in might actually end up running a bit empty. It might not pick up as much stuff here, yeah, because there's not a lot here. But nevertheless, it will still be carrying some cargo, but then there's a big gap between the next truck arriving, so it has a chance to replenish the production here that's waiting over this side. So, also, this farm has upgraded as well. Its limit is now 200, so hopefully that will now start increasing its production a bit. We'll see whether we need more trucks on that route, but at the moment we're fine. We have a good number of passengers down here as well. Well, 12 isn't a good number, but it's a better number than... there's 21 here that want to go up to Cheshunt. So yeah, actually this route's going to be profitable fairly fast, because there's already a lot of people here that want to go over to Cheshunt. And there's a good chance that maybe some of them might want to connect to other places as well. So that will actually be really, really good. And of course that will be where the demand for increased speed will be important. But yeah, but at the moment this is fine. At the moment this is okay. But in the next couple of years we're going to start to need bit faster trains along here. And initially what we'll need to do is we'll need to upgrade the track, because we want to be able to increase the speed of the track so that faster trains will operate. But yeah, this is busy. This is very busy. Yeah, Fareham and Bingham, yeah, so there's half and half there wanting to go to certain places. So Buxton is unlikely to be the final destination for a fair number of people. More people are going to want to go to Bourne, I think, in particular for the shopping, because we're actually supplying some of the shops with some food, so they're going to be a little bit better. Not by much, because it's only food, but nevertheless, it's they're being supplied with some stuff. Nice big drop off there, 72k made out of that load, which is a big load of food that's just come in, and of course it then gets redistributed around these shops. So that's pretty good. We're picking up 29 people there, so that's okay. There's also room for longer trains if we wanted to, so we have the choice of either going longer trains or faster trains. I usually like to go faster trains. Yeah, this is rammed. We're not even we're not even going to be able to pick everyone up here. This is quite good actually. Cheshunt is developing into that hub that we wanted it to. And yeah, there's a lot of traffic up here, which is great. Okay, but I'm going to end this episode right here, so that's for now. So cheers for watching, guys. This has been myself, Mandy Tomato. Be sure to subscribe to follow the series, and join me next time for more Transport Fever, where hopefully we can further develop our network, and who knows, maybe we might be able to upgrade some of our network. See you later, guys.